A great ape, Kong naturally possesses immense physical strength, delivering a crushing force with his punches, and hoisting or heaving objects ranging from hundreds to tens of thousands of metric tons. He effortlessly manhandles smaller beasts like the skullcrawlers and warbats. He tore off Mechagodzilla's head, spinal cord and all, and while the Skull Devil proved to be a physical match for the adolescent Kong, he managed to yank his arm out of the beast's gullet, tearing out its innards in the process. As an adult, his strength was almost on par with the more massive Godzilla. For Kong Skull Island, the animator set out to make the monster's fight choreography feel animalistic and not too human-like. Hence, Kong never threw any kicks in the movie, he only stepped on things. By 2024, it seems he finally learned how to kick though, using his legs to propel himself away from Godzilla underwater, delivering a big drop kick during the Hong Kong battle, and kicking Mecha-G in the face. Kong's impressive agility allows him to quickly react to attacks to avoid them, outmaneuver foes, and deliver counterattacks of his own. Let's run down some of his feats. As a youngster, he jumped into the air to smash UH-1 Iroquois choppers out of the sky, leaped onto the Skull Devil from above and smashed a boulder into it in a surprise attack, and grabbed 2 skull crawlers as they lunged at him, promptly killing them right after. During his battle with Godzilla at sea, Kong leapt from a cargo ship to a destroyer to an aircraft carrier. His agility also helps him navigate any terrain in which he finds himself. He scaled the cliffs of Skull Island daily, swung along the pipes of the Hollow Earth access point in Antarctica, and rapidly advanced across the plains of the Hollow Earth with large bounds and running on all fours. In Hong Kong, he compensated for Godzilla's physical advantage by leaping to, swinging across, and weaving through the urban topography. Being an ape, Kong is highly intelligent. He is capable of communicating with Gia using sign language, and outsmarting his foes in combat when brute strength isn't enough. He outsmarted Godzilla in their Hong Kong battle by moving between structures, misdirecting him and ambushing him. Kong's intelligence and dexterity grant him the ability to use improvised weapons in combat. He has a particular knack for using trees as javelin-like projectiles, which he can throw with remarkable accuracy, or as makeshift clubs. He also knocked a chopper out of the sky using another downed one. He later turned the tide in his battle with the Skull Devil by creating a makeshift flail from an anchor chain and ship propeller. He kept Godzilla at a distance in both of their battles and threw environmental objects at him. He also used part of a building as a shield to block Godzilla's atomic breath. Kong's most powerful melee weapon is not one thrown together from nearby objects, but a battle axe created by his species. He wields this axe with great proficiency, managing to stab it into Godzilla's leg and even shove the handle into his throat to stop him from firing his atomic breath in close range. The axe's most useful feature is its ability to absorb Godzilla's atomic breath. Kong used this ability first for defense, then to deliver a powerful charged blow to Godzilla's head. During their team-up, Kong recognized when Godzilla had charged the axe with his atomic breath and used it to hack Mechagodzilla apart. While not as durable as Godzilla, Kong is still quite resistant to damage. As an adolescent, he was bulletproof, only irritated by machine gun fire from attacking copters. He withstood the brutal attacks from the Skull Devil and triumphed in battle against it, even after sustaining major injury both from it and Packard's napalm trap. As an adult, Kong is even more resilient and stood up to attacks from the larger and stronger Godzilla without being mortally injured. To a point. Once revived by the heave explosion, Kong managed to reset his shoulder and instantly rejoined the fight at apparent full strength despite the brutal beating he just endured. But yeah, he's not without weaknesses. As an adolescent, he had the palm of his hand sliced into by tail rotor blades of a helicopter he grabbed. He was also injured when set ablaze in a lake filled with napalm, rendering him unconscious. He was nearly defeated by the Skull Devil in their ensuing battle, before the humans intervened. As an adult, and despite his best efforts, Kong was thoroughly outclassed by Godzilla in their underwater clashes, barely escaping with his life and only after human intervention. In their Hong Kong battle, he still proved physically weaker than Godzilla, his foes' attacks dealing more damage whenever they connected. An atomic breath merely grazing his back burned him and forced him out of the sky. He couldn't hold up to a frenzied series of attacks from Godzilla, which resulted in his arm being dislocated, and his chest being sliced into and crushed. The severity of his injuries caused Kong to pass out and his heartbeat to fade, before he was revived by the heave.